Halloween holiday discussion from last night. I only got into like maybe 25 minutes yesterday, and it was really no discussion. So, you know, I didn't. I decided to cut that short. It was in the evening, and I figured most people had better things to do on a Halloween evening than be on a live stream, at least with me at the time. Although I think I'm pretty conversational with the right people, but people weren't feeling it. I got it, so I got off. And just like I said, I would. I watched the Terrifier franchise. I watched part one and part two. Those movies are very brutal. So if you are thinking about watching the Terrifier franchise with Art the Clown, the new slasher on the scene, just be forewarned, they are very brutal. Like there were scenes I had to turn away from because they they weren't scary. They were just very brutal. Um, Particularly like he likes to do very brutal things to people's face, and for me that is a bit far. And I could watch the Walking Dead franchise forwards and backwards without being disgusted. So much so that during the Walking Dead, I used to make um, stir fry wraps and even put like chili or something else in it that resembled like gore, like gory organs or whatever, and it didn't disturb me while I was watching Walking Dead. And Walking Dead was pretty gory, but the stuff that Art the Clown does to people is pretty wild, and the uh, the constant loose bowels and stuff um, is wild. It is wild. He and his ally, the I think they call her the little pale girl or something like that. So anyway, that's what I watched last night, and I fell asleep watching Terrifier 2. And I'm gonna go watch the prequel today or tomorrow, which is All Hallows Eve. The first one, there's a part two, but part two doesn't include Art the Clown. And the first one does, which came out in 2013. So I'm gonna go watch that. So that's what I did for Halloween, guys. And like I said yesterday, I was wondering if people were celebrating any of the holidays that came up um, from yesterday. Like it was the start of Diwali. What's up? Call me cheeky. Um, it was the start of Diwali. It was Halloween, and for those of a religious, uh, you know, particularly Catholic background, they probably were in preparation to celebrate All Saints Day. Like a lot of Catholics, and I know people in the Philippines have made their preparations to celebrate people who've passed, particularly family members and friends. My wife and her family did that. They went to the cemetery, to the family cemetery, um, to honor her father who passed, and I guess other relatives generally, but specifically her father, whom I never met because he had passed when I met her. So, um, so they are allowed to put up tents in the cemetery and stay there overnight. Although she said the place where they go, they changed the rules. You can't stay there overnight. You can just stay there at night. So cool. So that's just what is in your back. I mean, can you not see? It's bright because it's out the outside. And since you wanted to insult me, you're fucking gone, you dumbass. So anyway, I don't have time for little dumb fucking foreigners. Um, so I'm trying my live stream at this time, even though this is not a usually a good time because it's usually not going to be people in the U.S. But because these three holidays um happen all over the globe, I thought this could be, one of those universal conversations I can have. So there we go. Like I said, Diwali is going to be celebrated all across South Asia and in places across the across the world where there's a Desi community. We have a huge Desi community in the United States. So shout out to them. I have neighbors literally two doors down celebrating Diwali, got the lights up, but they were also giving out Halloween candy too. So that's what's up. My niece told me, she said they give the best candy. So and plus and they're really cool. Like I know both of them, the husband and the wife. Like they're cool folks. I hope the ratchetness in this community doesn't chase them away. But if it does, I understand. Let me check some of these other comments, guys. Let me turn on my turn off my chat filter so I can get all the messages. um, Cliff says hi. What's up, Cliff? Um, I'm not going to talk, and guys, I'm not going to talk about politics today. I've talked about politics ad nauseum. You can check out any of my previous live streams from the past 4 months. No, from the past 6 months. I've talked ad nauseum politics. I've put up I've put up YouTube shorts talking about politics. I've put up long form videos talking about politics. But sometimes I have different subjects, and I'm not going to discuss politics in every fucking discussion. I think people who make their whole identity and life about politics are losers. I'm sorry. And I don't care. And I'm saying it for both sides. So don't think I'm picking on the side, because anyone who's rocked with me and checked out my previous content know whom I supported. And I've already voted. When early voting came to Maryland last week, I went the first day. So I've knocked that out. I don't need to talk about it anymore. Um, about whom I supported, because I've made it crystal clear. But we're not going to hijack every fucking discussion with politics just because some of you have no lives. And literally, the only thing you can talk about in your life is voting. People who have nothing to talk about other than whom they're voting for, you probably you probably have no life. You're probably disabled, sitting at home, not doing anything with your life, because who cares? Like, you're discussing something you have little control over, especially a presidential election. Unless you are an electoral college voter, you have no real power to change what's going to happen with the election one way or another. So that's all I'll say about politics. So Cliff says I liked and subscribed. I appreciate it, Cliff. Thank you so much. Seriously, that a like and a subscribe helps so much. I don't like I never understood, like, when YouTubers will always be like, guys, like and subscribe. But I understand why. Like it helps. Like it honestly, a like and a subscribe is better than a donation. Like, yes, a donation will help you in a short term, but a like and a subscribe, if every single person who ever checked you out liked and subscribed, a person's channel would just exponentially grow. And with that, YouTube will put more support into them, and will become a positive feedback in which they keep growing, to which they make more money, become more famous, yada yada yada. I mean, everyone, I think, is trying to reach the, well, not everyone, I shouldn't say that, but I think a lot of YouTubers and other content creators want to reach the proverbial heights of people like Mr. Beast, Matt Pat before he quit YouTube, um, or in other platforms like TikTok, people like Kai Sanat, and um, yeah, and many others I can mention. But yeah, so that helps just by people liking and subscribing, following, sharing. So yeah, thanks a lot. But yeah, so like I said, so three holidays starting yesterday, has anyone taken part in either of the three or in all three? I don't think. I'm pretty sure people haven't done all three, but I'm not sure about that because I'm pretty sure if you celebrate Diwali, you're probably not Catholic and going to celebrate All Saints Day. But I could be wrong because you may come from a interreligious family where maybe one parent is Christian or Catholic and the other one is Hindu or Sikh, and you might actually do take part in all three holidays. If so, please drop it here. I would love to hear about that experience. Cliff says, how many subscribers do you have? It fluctuates, Cliff, but currently it's about 1,744, and that's not a lot. But honestly, when I started this 2 years ago, I really didn't think I would ever reach the threshold of 1,000. I was thoroughly surprised when that happened um, earlier this year. So I'm happy, but again, my goal is to keep growing. Like my next goal is to hit 10,000. And if you look at my community tabs, I actually give people like a poll of what I should do when I hit 10,000 subs. Uh, so far, the most votes have been for me to show them the Bruce Lee 1 inch punch. Um, yeah, I'm guessing you're new to my channel, so you don't know. I'm also a martial artist and self defense coach. Um, well, part time self defense coach. But I'm a martial artist for over 30 plus years, and also I'm into a lot of nerdy stuff. So I'll talk about that stuff. Every once in a while, I do talk about politics, but that is not my whole mantra. um, it's just we're knee deep in the election cycle, and it's like impossible not to talk about it. As I do cover like current events, but that's not my whole shtick. And so yeah, my next goal is to hit 10,000 subs, and so far the most votes for what I'll do for viewers when I hit 10,000 subs is teach them the 1 inch Bruce Lee punch. Um, the second runner up was me doing a walk around in the Philippines where I have my home at my actual house. Um, so I'm probably still going to do that, but I'm not going to do that as my 10,000th sub video unless the vote changes because I left I haven't closed the voting up yet. It's still amenable to change. So if it changes up until the point I hit that 10,000 subs, then I'll do whichever one wins accordingly. Cliff says you sound like a pretty nice guy and you act like it too. Thank you. I appreciate it. The only time like I'm like rough hewn with folks is if they come here like trolling or just being mean spirited, stuff like that. But I'm never like mean. Like the one guy I just timed out, the what's that dude's cool Suresh. Like he came in saying hello and stuff, and because I didn't acknowledge him quickly enough, then he decided to be a retard. So I timed him out and put him on blast. But first of all, I you know people in the chat room should acknowledge that I'm one of those few YouTubers like on a live stream that will chat with every single person in the chat room. Most live streamers, most people live streaming won't do that unless you drop a super chat. Like a lot of these folks, if if you're not dropping a super chat or a super sticker or a cash app, they really don't talk to you. I talk with everyone in the chat room, but sometimes I don't get around to everyone in the order that they want because I'm either explaining my content or I'm talking to someone else and they think I'm I'm rebuffing them or something, and it's not the case. I can only get to people at a certain time, and as I respond to people, the chat room continues with more comments, and so I have to scroll up and catch everything. So sometimes I'm 5 or 10 minutes behind the chat room, it's been times it was like hundreds of people in the chat room, and I was still trying to catch up with all the comments. So I was like almost like 20, 30 minutes behind. I did one talking about some political stuff with Kamala Harris and some other stuff. It got so deep. I was like 2, 3 hours behind in the comments, so I didn't even try after I realized I was so far behind. Afterwards, I did what other streamers did, and I just went into my super chats and super stickers because there was no way I could finish getting through the entire chat room. But for the most part, when it's just like two, three, four, five, 10 people, I can comment, I can reply to everyone in the chat room, but it's not. But it may not be in the timely fashion that they want. And sometimes people get rude with me when I do that. I have moderators, but they appear at different times according to their leisure. But I have three. I have four moderators. One of them is my wife. Um, and then I have three other moderators who are online friends here. So they do help me when there's a lot of people come in. But when it's just like a few people, this is fine. I can manage it on my own. But yeah, I did a similar live stream last night. If you want to check that out, when I talked about Halloween and and I was asking folks, what were they doing to celebrate? It didn't get too much acknowledgement, and I wasn't surprised because Halloween night, I figured people were either out with their children, maybe going to a party, or just chillaxing at home, which is what I did. Like I chilled at home, ate some Japanese candy, like the high chews, and watched the Terrifier franchise. Well, one and two. I haven't watched part three, which is currently in the movies. Um, but yeah, and speaking of Japanese candy, no one goes harder on Halloween than in Tokyo. My goal is to get back to Tokyo during Halloween and Christmas, but definitely Halloween, so I can go to Shibuya or Shinjuku where they celebrate so hard. Even in Osaka, they celebrate pretty hard with Halloween. Like they go hard on Halloween. Like they really like it. Like this is an excuse to get drunk and just have fun and let loose. Because any other time they might seem pretty uptight, but when Japanese let they drink and let their guard down, they get wild. They get pretty wild. You'll see them in costumes and just going buck wild. Like I really want to go out there during the Halloween. Now I won't be one of those people like pissy drunk out there because one, I don't drink, and even if I did, I wouldn't like be inebriated in another country. Although it is acceptable there, you can drink publicly in Tokyo. That is acceptable. Just don't throw your waste anywhere. Like you have to go somewhere where there's an actual garbage can. They don't have garbage cans in Tokyo because they don't want trash strewn everywhere. So you have to physically go inside like a store or somewhere where they have trash receptacles and throw your stuff away. Or you just hold it on you until you get home and then throw it away. So people may not be used to that sort of thing where they just have garbage cans everywhere. But you notice where there are places where there are a lot of where there's like garbage cans everywhere. There's also a lot of garbage. So Japanese kind of know what they're doing because and then you will be fined and kind of shamed if you just throw stuff. You know, if you just litter. So, but yeah, I really love Japan. That has been my favorite place to visit so far. I don't think that will change. Like, I plan on visiting a lot more countries and a lot more cities in those countries that I've been to and haven't been to yet, but pretty sure Tokyo is going to be at the top to be top. Like, I love Tokyo. Like, it's every geek's dream to be in Tokyo. I mean, if you love martial like you love martial arts, you love anime, and you love Asian women, and you love foreign food, like you take all of those things. If you like if you like any or all of those things, Tokyo's for you, hands down. And like I said, they if you guys think I'm like uh exaggerating about the Halloween stuff, just look at it online. Just Google it, or if you're on Facebook, I'm pretty sure everyone's almost on Facebook now. You you can do a search on Facebook about Halloween on Facebook. I'm surprised they actually did it this year because they were actually saying because of some of the previous Halloween celebrations in Shibuya, which is a city within Metro um, Metro Tokyo, that they weren't going to do it this year. But I guess they still did. So that's how hard they party. Um, they and it's like foreigners and Japanese who come on the trains, just being belligerent sometimes, not violent, but so I shouldn't say belligerent. Like they're not violent. They're just obnoxious. Like they can be obnoxious to people just commuting, um, going about their business. They can be quite obnoxious, and it's off. I think it's often the foreigners doing it more than the locals. But to be sure, the locals are definitely are definitely adding to the mayhem. So I guess they did still have an unofficial Halloween celebration in Shibuya, although I thought this year they were going to stop it. But I've ranted long enough. I would like to get some more feedback from you guys, but if not, this is not a typical time of day that I stream. I just wanted to see if I could get more feedback than I did last night by doing this early. Looks like I may not be getting that. Also, if you want to support me, guys, the link in my description is a buy me a coffee. I do drink coffee all the time, as you can see right here. Iced coffee, particularly. So, if you want to support me, you can buy me a coffee, or you can get a membership to the channel. It starts at like $2.99. Shoot, that's less than a Happy Meal. And I know because I've recently bought a Happy Meal because I got the McBoo bucket. You can check out one of my previous streams. I actually bought the McBoo bucket. I've wanted one of those for a long time. And I had completely forgot about them until I saw like my niece and nephew had them like 10 years ago, and it's been on the refrigerator ever since. And I was like, shoot, I want to get me one. So I got the new one because luckily McDonald's will bring them back every few years. I think they brought it back in 2022 as well, but it came back this year as well. So I finally got me a big boo bucket. um, so yeah, uh, monthly membership to my channel is less than a Happy Meal. It's $2.99. Like I said, if when you do that, you will have access to my members only videos and members only community tabs. Also, there's different levels of membership. If you click on the highest level of membership, I would invite you to live stream with me if you like. Like that's one of the perks of the membership levels. If someone subscribes to the highest level of membership, they will be eligible to live stream with me because at that point I think I would trust you to be on live and not do anything that could get me demonetized or worse, deplatformed because you actually have skin in the game by the amount of money you put into the membership, which is like that, like I said, the highest level. anyone else, they can request it as well. But in any case, I'm not seeing a lot of feedback. I know a lot of this uh, probably people are viewing overseas, whereas people here in America are probably working or in school or whatever. So I'm gonna cut this one short as well. I just wanted to see if there was going to be a difference in the reception I got at this time of day as opposed to last night. Um, but it looks like it hasn't. Again, I'm gonna keep playing with different hours of the day to see where I get the most reception. But until then, guys, I'm about to go. Like I said, unless there's any other further comments or questions or even criticisms. But um, again, like I said, I was just curious if anyone was taking part in any of the three holidays that that, that kicked off yesterday with the Wali for Desi folks, um, Halloween for all of us, and All Saints Day today for those of a more religious Catholic bent. Like I said, my wife and her family are all doing the All Saints Day things. Actually, they just came home because they're like 12 hours ahead of us in the Philippines from where I am in America, Eastern Standard Time. So they're 12 hours ahead. So they've already done the All Saints Day stuff and came home. Pretty much a lot of people in the Philippines, did stuff on All Saints Day. As the majority of them are Catholic, it is probably the most Catholic nation in the world outside of the Vatican itself. So, on that note, I'm going to be out. Thank you, Cliff, for subscribing and liking. Hope to see you in future streams. Hope to see um, any and all of you back in future live streams. If I timed you out, you're welcome to come back. Just be nice next time you come back. People whose usernames I've banned, I don't want you back. Although those are the main ones who keep coming back. When I ban their username, they just change their username. That won't happen when I do PC live streams. A PC live stream, um, unlike a vertical live stream, has more protocols. So when I ban someone from a PC live stream, it will ban them from their ISP. So Golden AK-47, so yo, what's good? What's up, Golden? I'm actually about to go, bro. Unless you had some questions or anything, but my topic was just asking people, if they had celebrated any of the holidays starting yesterday with Halloween or Diwali or All Saints Day today. But and if you can hear in the background watching Jubilee guys, they always got some wild stuff going. You just came to my channel and asked me to subscribe to yours. That no, I'm not. No, that's not how it works, bro. Like you come to my channel just to ask me to grow your channel. How does that benefit me, and how is that even relevant to the topic that I'm sharing, that I'm discussing? If you want to be a better YouTuber, you're gonna have to learn some better YouTube etiquette. You don't come to someone's live stream and be like, "Hey, can you shout out my channel and come to my channel, subscribe, and turn on notifications?" No, no. If you want to be a better YouTuber, you need to learn how to be better etiquette. First, you should have been like, "Cool, what's up? Hey, I'm a YouTuber myself, and actually contributed to my topic," and then be like, "Hey, by the way, bro, I'm gonna subscribe to your channel, give you a like. Can you do the same for me?" You don't even say that. You don't say, "Hey, I'm liking and subscribing to your channel. Can you do the same for me?" You just like, "Hey, can you join my channel?" And no, fuck you, straight like that, because that's rude. I wouldn't come to your channel while you're doing a live stream and just be like, "Hey, can you subscribe to my channel?" I will actually contribute to whatever you're discussing. You're not going to grow your channel that way, and you're getting timed out. So anyway, that's what you don't do, folks. You don't come to somebody's channel. Like if you're a fellow YouTuber, don't do that. That's rude as fuck. Like why would you come to someone's channel and just be like, "How are you? Hey, I got a channel. Can you subscribe and turn on the notifications?" Like, no, motherfucker, and give you a shout out. Fuck you and your channel. That's not what you do. Like, learn some fucking etiquette. Like, it's not even YouTube etiquette. It's just common sense etiquette. Like, why would you do that? People are fucking retarded. So anyway, I'm out. If anyone wanted to contribute to the topic, you can still leave it in the comment section. If you want to talk about Diwali, Halloween, All Saints Day, if you are one of those rare people who got to celebrate all three because you come from an interreligious family, that would be awesome to hear about. I'd be curious how that works. So, in any case, guys, I'm out. Enjoy your holidays if you guys are celebrating this, and happy Friday to the rest of us. All right, take care, and like I said, you can like and subscribe. Don't do what that one dude do. I'm not gonna say his name because I'm not shouting out his channel. But there you go. Peace.